right, good afternoon and welcome to another Tuesdays at 2 with Haven. Today I'm going to talk through some of the biggest 2021 home renovation trends that can boost the value of your space, plus some sort of renovation light alternatives if you're not ready to go all in on a huge renovation just yet. So to start, the goal of a home renovation is generally two-pronged. To make the space more livable and functional for you and your family, and to boost the value of your home in the long run. So the first point was especially important during quarantine and continues to grow in importance. We've all adjusted our home lives over the past year, and we're definitely still spending a lot of quality time at home right now. So that means that your space should be as functional, as family-friendly, and as comfortable as possible. And the second point is also really important in today's market. So even small renovations can expand your buyer pool and boost up the value of your home overall. So let's jump right in. One of the biggest renovation trends is probably the most obvious and is always a great bet for your return on investment, and that's the kitchen renovation. So the kitchen is without a doubt a top focal point in any home. It's a gathering space and a space where we've all spent more time over this last year. Plus the features of the kitchen matter more than in most of the other rooms in the house. Updated furniture can't fix an outdated space like it often can in other rooms of the home. So for your all-in option, according to the experts, a minor kitchen remodel could cost anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000 on average if you're using the original bones of the space, and you could recoup roughly 75 to 80% of that cost. And for that reason, it's generally recommended that you stick with the minor remodel and not the full overhaul. A full overhaul costs $50,000 or more, can obviously spend much more than that, and the return on your investment starts to decline at that point. So that sort of in between the minor remodel is really that sweet spot that we're looking at today. So while kitchen trends definitely come and go, there are some key areas to target for a fresh cosmetic update. So we're talking about new countertops, new flooring, appliances, and cabinets. So dark wood, sort of ornate carved cabinets, and then that really earthy granite countertop that was popular for a while are definitely trending out. And we're seeing clean, modern cabinets, quartz and marble countertops, and more modern light fixtures and appliances trending in right now. So many kitchens also tend to have outdated tile or vinyl flooring. So that's another important aspect, is refreshing or replacing that flooring so that once the rest of your kitchen is remodeled, the flooring really matches the current look of the new space. And for your light option, there are some upgrades that can be done DIY and certainly won't break the bank. So updating the kitchen backsplash is a great option for a fresh look, and it generally clocks in at under $1,000. And if you kind of have older looking oak cabinets, but don't want to gut them out completely and replace them, I would recommend you invest a little bit of money and time into just sanding them down and repainting them. A good quality coat of paint can bring your old dated cabinets right back up to date. And when in doubt, white is always a really fresh, clean option for a color. And then finally, consider replacing your faucet or your cabinet hardware. Hardware updates are great for bringing a modern, trendy touch into the space without having to gut anything. And next, we're seeing tons of outdoor space renovations. So anytime you can increase a home's usable living space, whether that's outdoor or indoor, you improve its market value. A backyard renovation generally accomplishes this while also creating a strong connection to the outdoors. And that's a feature that ranks really high on most homebuyers' wish lists, especially this year, I would say. It's really important to have that functional, usable outdoor space that you can enjoy, your family can enjoy, so you're still getting that outdoor time while we're kind of still getting back out there into the world. So the all-in option, a backyard remodel could include the works: an outdoor kitchen, sustainable landscaping, a new deck or patio, and a pool. Those are all kind of trending right now in particular. But space dependent, choosing one or even just a few of those things can still really boost your home's value. Now be sure to think about your space realistically. You don't want to sacrifice all of your yard space just to build that swimming pool, or landscape over all of your usable living space. So the idea is more to create different zones and layouts for multiple activities, which is definitely a little bit of a shift in how we've historically looked at our outdoor spaces. An outdoor kitchen, for instance, can create a luxe cooking and dining zone. A sustainably landscaped garden is a great way to use an awkward side yard or sort of an unused strip of yard. And a deck is always a great zoning option. Homeowners can typically spend $7,000 to $8,000 on average for a deck addition, with an average 75% return on that investment. So that's always kind of a solid bet when you're thinking about renovating your backyard space. I would, however, just caution you to keep an eye on lumber prices right now. We're kind of going through a lumber shortage, so lumber prices have been skyrocketing a bit. So just be sure you're not spending too much money on your materials if you're going that wood deck route, that you're not recouping the value later on. You can certainly do more research. I'm sure there are tons of alternative options out there. I would say composite materials or stone could be good alternatives, while we wait for this sort of lumber surge to pass. And for the light option, for a less permanent renovation, a gazebo, a pergola, or some sort of structure that provides privacy and protection can easily zone out your outdoor space nicely. Plus, it'll add sun coverage for you. And they are, on top of that, fairly easy to DIY or to source for a reasonable price. I would also recommend considering purchasing an outdoor fire pit or portable heaters, anything like that that can add warmth and can extend the length of your outdoor season. Really is a definite boost to your patio space and shows buyers the flexibility and the value of having your outdoor space outfitted like that. So fire pits do this, portable heaters, fans, outdoor lighting, all of these things can add real value, surface value, for a lower cost than a full gut rehab in your backyard. We're also seeing exterior renovations trending to boost the curb appeal of your home. So for your all-in option, you can go for it with a garage door replacement, front door replacement, siding replacement, new coat of exterior paint. New siding or exterior house paint definitely clocks in as the most expensive of the options. You can spend an average of $10,000 or more depending on what you're doing, how much siding you're replacing, how big your surface area of your exterior is. But the good news is that replacing the garage door and the front door kind of fall into that renovation light category. They average at about $1,000 or less for each of those projects. And especially the garage door replacement, it's a near perfect return on your investment, averaging at about 97% return on investment. And that's because it really improves both the home's aesthetic beauty plus its functionality. So a garage door, a faulty garage door can cause flooding, it can decrease your home's energy efficiency, and definitely can raise concerns about the safety of the home and the safety of the garage space. So garage door updates can also function as aesthetic upgrades, just like a front door. It's part of the first impression. It's part of that wow factor from the curb. So with both of those, you really want to draw the buyer in with an updated, fresh look that matches the rest of the architecture of your house. Plus, practically, a high-quality front door does much the same as the garage in terms of safety, preventing leaks, and boosting the insulation of your home. And then finally, I want to wrap up by talking about a few recent renovation trends that we've seen during the pandemic, but that may not be the best long-term investment. So first, I would point to the dedicated home gym. It's one thing to carve out space for your Peloton, but it's another to fit out an entire spare room with gym-specific finishes. Most buyers are going to want to see that option of using that space as a bedroom or a flex space at some point. So in terms of seeing a great return on investment, I would avoid tying yourself down to that dedicated kind of permanent home gym. And then similarly, while it's certainly important to show home office options, I would recommend you don't go overboard with adding built-in desks or permanent workstations throughout your house where they didn't exist before. So again, the value is in showing that what you're using as a home office right now could easily transition back into a bedroom, a flex space, whatever that room was before, once we kind of start going back into our offices a bit more. So instead, stick with the freestanding office furniture that you can move around easily, take out of the room to show it as a bedroom, or tuck it away as needed to really show the buyers that bedroom, that flex space is more flexible than just being a permanent office. And then last but not least, avoid taking on too many complicated home renovations by yourself. So I'm all for a good DIY, and obviously, as we talked about today, there are certainly small and effective DIY projects that you can tackle on your own to boost that value of your home. But unless you are really well versed and familiar with, say, electrical and plumbing, I would say leave those bigger tasks to the pros. While DIY, electrical or plumbing may save you some money up front, it's not worth that money saved to risk the potential damage to the house, electrical or plumbing issues down the road, etc. So really just leave those bigger, more involved tasks to the pros. And that's all we've got today. I hope you picked up a few useful ideas for smart renovations that can boost the value of your home. Please join us again next time for our next Tuesdays at 2 with Haven, and have a great afternoon. Thanks.